Alright guys, back again with another review. Big Tom.
Damien.
Today we're going to be doing the roller by Atmizone.
Yep, nice little Greek mod. Also, if you hang around at the end of the video, we're going to be doing a giveaway today. We are going to give away one of these, the Szegely Ohm Meter. This is in conjunction with Midlands Vaping and the Facebook group Let's Vape. Basically, I won a caption competition earlier on in the week. Then we put a photograph up of a rather large lady tugging on an e-cig with two pug dogs sitting on her lap. So I was the first one to comment with "take a tug on my pug," and it seemed to win. So I had the option of either choosing some juice or £10 in-store credit with Midlands Vaping. So I thought, what the hell? I ordered the Ohm Meter and told them that I was going to give it away in a review. So if you stick around, then we'll let you know what to do and to get your hands on one of these sent to you possibly next week. Okay, so stick around. Right, back onto the roller, which is this lovely little dinky thing here, this little Greek mod, which is a telescopic mod, and it can take the battery configurations of a 16340, an 18350, an 18500 and an 18650. And I love it. I think it's great. I got this in a trade on UK Vapers. A nice guy called Matt had one going up, and I grabbed hold of it. Originally, when I first started vaping, I bought a Szegely 20, which is the clone, which is the copy of the roller by Atmizone. And the Szegely 20 had a few issues. There was a version 1 which basically started firing on its own. The connection was really off on it, and it would just fire on its own whether you locked it or not. So that was pretty dangerous. So I sent that one back, which was a shame because I really liked it. I liked the fact that in 18350 mode it is proper stealthy. And then basically the version 2 came out, and that had some issues as well. That basically had some shorting issues, and that was pretty dangerous. I think Szegely are bringing out the V3 version, or they have done, but it's a bit too late now. You had 2 goes. Do you know what I mean? You cocked it up. So I was pretty upset because I really wanted one. I loved how stealthy and the way it looked, especially with in the matte finish to go with my my brush or matte K-Fun. So I jumped at the chance to get my hands on one of these, and now I've got it. I'm pretty happy about it. It's a nice little device.
It's nice. I like it. It's lightweight, but I don't like the button at all. The button for me is too far sticking out.
The button does stick out a little bit too much. If the button was drawn in a little bit more, it'd be really nice. It does stick out quite a lot. But I mean, you can lock it with just a turn. So you turn it to lock it, and it won't fire, which is pretty nice. It's a lovely little telescopic. I mean, it's proper stealthy. You don't have to have a K-Fun 3.1 ES on it like I have, which does obviously make it a lot bigger. But look, still like that in your hand. Really nice. Yeah. The Greeks are very good. Obviously they do the Nemesis and also the roller. They also do a Dingo, which is basically a flat 18350 version of this. It's not telescopic, but I like it being telescopic because obviously being quite a heavy vapor I am myself, an 18350 just isn't going to cut it for me during the day. And I like the name roller.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, a bit like Rolo from Grange Hill. Anyway, yeah, so it's a great, I mean, serial number I got on this is 147, so it's quite a nice little low serial number for me. Yeah, I do agree, the button does stick out a little bit too far. I'll show you a bit more on the close-up. That is, if only it was just about there and then click in, it'd be really nice. But still, it's a handsome little device. It's really well made. The finish on it, I mean, this is the SS matte. They do have other finishes. They have a polished, they have an ice matte, and they also do a custom where you can choose basically how your finish is going to be in each section. You could obviously have a polished top if you wanted to with a matte button, or you could have a matte bottom with a polished button. You can basically decide how the thing's going to look, you know what I mean? So you can go on there, order the custom, and then choose how you want it. You can also buy pretty much all the parts for this. You could even buy a little tube, a normal 18350 tube, and turn it into a Dingo, which is just the top, the button, and an 18350 tube. You could buy a telescopic tube in a different in a different finish. You can buy the buttons, you can buy the spares, you can buy pretty much anything from the website. So that's pretty cool. So if anything does go wrong, hopefully not, it's pretty well made, but you have the option to go on the website and purchase any little bit you need. You know, it is slightly over 22mm, it's 22.7mm, so your 22mm Atties just sit inside it.
A bit like the Delaney, isn't it, really?
Yeah, a bit like the Delaney, and it's just a little bit off the, well, Delaney I think is 23mm, same as the GP Paps X, they're 23mm, but this is just under 23mm, so your 23mm Atties are just going to sit slightly over it. So, you know, but it doesn't bother me none. It's, you know, for what it is, it's a stealthy little vape. It's a handsome little stealth vape. If you don't really want your eye taste 134 when you go out, you can just stick this on with a nice little dripper on the top, and it's gonna hide in your hand. You know, it's really quite sweet. It's quite dinky. My wife says it's pretty feminine, so suits me down to the ground.
Surprised not pink.
You're the one who's partial to pink, remember? I like a bit of black.
That's very true.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do now is we'll go down to the table and I'll show you how this comes in the box, and I'll show you all the telescopic configurations, and yeah, we'll see you in a minute. All right. Okay, so here you have the roller by Atmizone. It comes in a plain little cardboard box like this. On the side it has roller written, and with the finish that this one comes in. Basically open up the box and you are greeted by just a little instruction manual with your precautions about how to change your batteries, what sort of battery you should use, and you have your warranty card. It tells you basically what finish it comes in. Mine is the SS Matte. It also tells you your serial number, this is 147. It also gives you the date this came out of quality control from the manufacturers, which is nice. So you always sort of know the birth date of your mech mod. So if you want to celebrate his birthday next year, buy a cake. Why not? You know when his birthday is. So there you have your roller sitting there all pretty, hello, like this. You get a little bag of spares in it with a spare O-ring for your connection at the top. You get ball bearings for your button and a couple of springs, so you need to look after them. You also get your spare connector at the top. This is basically for those Atties that don't provide their own air control. So if you want to use a Nova or a DCT tank or something like that, then you'll need to use this because it doesn't provide its own airflow through the atomizer. I'll show you how to change that in a minute. So there you have your roller all sitting there, all dinky. A lovely little stealth mod, fits really neatly in the hand. You can hide it if you need to, take a sneaky vape if you're in the cinema or something like that. You have your flat top pin connection there at the top, so if you're using rebuildables and you want it, your atomizer to look flush, then that's the one you want to use. You have your button on the side. It does stick out a bit too much there, as you can see. It would have been nicer if that was a bit more closer to the mod with less of a push, a really short throw, but no point crying over spilt milk, it's been done. On the bottom you have Atmizone by Atmizone printed on the bottom, and with your serial number as well. So let's open this up. Threads are really nice, really silky smooth, so it doesn't take you too long to open up the mod to put your battery in. So first of all, we'll show you what this looks like with an 18500. Let's wind that down. You have to excuse the sound of the rain in the background. There you have your mod in 18500. Still can hide that away nicely in the hand. It's quite small, it's really nice. And now we'll show you in 18650. I said those threads are really smooth, so it won't take you too long to change your battery configurations. This also can use a kick as well in any of the configurations, which is cool. So if you have a kick and you want to give your mod a little bit more of a hard hit, then it takes a kick in all the configurations. And there you have it in 18650. Once again, you can just about hide that in your hand. So this really is a great stealth mod. So yeah, lovely. What we'll do is we'll put this back into 18350 mode, and we'll change the top connector. Put my battery in. So what you're going to need to change the top connector is either a coin or something similar, so you can just undo the top. I'm going to use my wife's Tiffany bracelet. So you basically just put your coin or whatever you need in the top there. It does have the grooves provided. Turn it. And there that goes. Take the other one out from its packet, if I can. And just put her in the top. Get her quite tight. And it's as simple as that to change that. So if you do have an atomizer that doesn't provide its own airflow, that is the connection you'll need to use. Let's have a look. If I have something here, I've got a Nova. As you can see, you do get a considerable gap there, but it's now providing its own airflow, so it's safe to vape. And if you want to put the flat top connection back in, you do exactly the same. You put your coin into that one, give it a turn, take her out, and put your flat top connection back in. There you go, it really is that simple. It has a telescopic pin inside, so basically if you do have an atomizer with quite a long 510 connection, you can unscrew using a flat top screwdriver. You can screw down the pin inside or screw it up to desired if you're not making connection. So there you have your roller from Atmizone.
Alright guys, so we did take a look at the roller there. Too feminine for me, even though I like my pink ego. But I'll let Damien take over this while I sit here and blow my clouds and he fiddles with his feminine mod.
Hey, I'm in touch with my sexuality, okay? I'm a confident, independent woman. I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I like it. It's a lovely looking, well-machined mechanical mod. Telescopic as well, so you do have all the configurations you need. It's very stealthy, and in the matte finish, which I have got, it suits my finish on my K-Fun 3.1, so it's like a match made in heaven, really. Great vape. It is just slightly over 22mm, so your 22mm atties are going to sit flush enough, but you do have a little bit of a ledge going around on there, and it's just under 23mm, so your 23mm are going to sit just slightly over. So that's a bit, you know, unfortunate, but still, it's a nice mod. It really feels good in the hand. As Tom says, it's nice and light. You're not going to have this great big beastie thing in your hand that's going to be weighing you down like an iTaste 134, which basically weighs the same amount as a dump truck. It's really sleek. The button does protrude a little bit too much, I'll have to agree with that, but still it's a nice clicky button. You're not going to fault that. It does lock, so if you are carrying it around in the pocket and all that, you don't worry about it firing in your pocket. You know, nice little bottom with the serial number on there and Atmizone printed. It looks high end. €109, so it's 92 quid. It's just under the £100 mark for a great telescopic mechanical mod. I really like it, and like I said, I did originally have a Sigeli 20 and I liked that, but it just had too many problems and I was worried about it setting fire to my home. So sent that back and thought I'd eventually get myself a roller, which I have, and very pleased with it. And for scores, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8, purely for the fact that it is slightly over 22mm. The button does stick out, but it's still deserved of an 8. The finish is fantastic. The threads are really nice. It's very sleek. It's telescopic, and I like the finish that matches my K-Fun. So I'll give it an 8.
Yeah. It's a 7 or 8, yeah, definitely. I'm not very keen on it, but it's well made, it's a decent mod, so 7 or 8.
Vape's great. You know, you do have 2 top connections. You basically have a recessed one and one that allows you airflow. So if you want to put, say, a Nova on it, or just basically a Kluramizer or a something like that doesn't have its own airflow, then it will allow some airflow on it. But I use rebuildables, so I have the flat top connection that goes in. It does come with some spare ball bearings for the button in case anything goes wrong inside. It's pretty good. It's a nice little kit. So and under £100 for how it looks and how it vapes. It's a good mod. It's a good buy. So yeah, vaping wise, I'm going to give it another 8. You know what I mean? It does hit quite hard. Just the button is quite clicky, even though it does stick out a little bit. It's nice to push. You know what I mean? You know you're getting your connection. You know it's hitting. You know when you're going to take your vape, and yeah, it's a nice little mod. So yeah, that's from www.atmizone.com. The website is above my head right now. So go over there, check it out. You can customise these, you can order the custom version so it can be however you want it, or it does come in a polished, it does come in a matte, it does come in an ice matte, which is a pretty nice looking little thing. You can also get the Dingo on there, which is basically the roll up but without a telescopic option. It's just an 18350, which I think is about 79.99 euros. You're looking at about 70 quid, 65 quid there. That's a bargain. So yeah, get over there and have a little look. They do supply all the spares you need with these, so if anything goes wrong with it, you pretty much get it all sorted for you. It comes with a year's warranty, which is cool, and yeah.
Which is quite cool for a mechanical mod, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
year warranty, that's really good.
You know, the Greeks do it again. You know, we're big fans of their nemesis, as we can see. He's got himself his colour fan in his hands now. You'd have to pry that out of his dead cold hand. But, you know, the Greeks, they do it again. I really like this mod. It's great. You know?
It's definitely cool. So let's go into our giveaway.
Yeah. Do you fancy your own little Sigeli on meter? Okay, like I said at the beginning of this review, earlier in the week I won a caption competition on the Let's Vape face group. I'll put the link for the Facebook group above my head there, so go over there and join that group if you want to enter. All we need you to do is basically comment underneath this video on the Let's Vape Facebook group. So no point commenting your name underneath the one on the YouTube, because we won't bother with that. It's got to be on that group. So if you're not a member, please join. I know that seems like a bit of a marketing plea, but basically it's just so I can keep track of it. So put your name underneath the video on the Let's Vape group, and to get yourself an on meter, we are going to hold this until the 23rd of October, which is a week from today's date, and then we will put the names into a random generator and pick who wins it. UK only, I'm afraid, at this time, because basically it's going to just be a pain in the arse to send it further than that. Midlands Vaping are donating the on meter. Well, it's my prize, but you know, I contacted them and said, is it all right if I choose the on meter from your website and pass it on to somebody, because I think everybody should have one of these, especially if you're getting into rebuildables. It's a very handy thing to have. You put your atomizer on the top, you rebuild it, you check your resistance, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny is your aunt. So yes, so to the 23rd of October, please comment under the video on the Let's Vape vaping group on Facebook. I will put the link in the description. You've already seen it on the video, and this will be donated and sent to you by Midlands Vaping. So I will put the website for Midlands Vaping above my head there. They've got some great mods, they've got some great atties, they've got some great bits and pieces on there. They do have a small brick and mortar shop in Wolverhampton, I believe. So if you're in the Wolverhampton area, then go and give them a look. Go and buy yourself some high-end mods, because they do have them, which is pretty cool. And also try some of their juices. They do their own juice range. I even think they do some really nasty juices if you're man enough to try and vape them. So
Adi did one.
Adi did one. Hello, Adi. Yeah, Adi asked me to do that. I don't think I'm some schizophrenic Arnie person, but he saw my 134 video and liked my impression, so asked me if I could say his name in an Arnie voice, so hello. There you go.
So just to recap, you need to like the Let's Vape site on Facebook, you need to like our videos, and definitely subscribe.
You don't have to like our videos.
Yes, you do.
I don't like them. He's in them. I think this would be better as a one-man show, personally. But, you know, even Batman has a psychic. So, yeah, so on the Let's Vape Facebook group, comment underneath this video on there, and on the 23rd of October, Midlands Vaping should be sending one of these to the lucky winner, and we will announce the draw on a video next week on the 23rd of October, and on the Let's Vape Vaping group on Facebook. Once again, the Let's Vape group is above my head there. So please just leave your name under the video, and then on the 23rd of October we will let you know which one of you lucky bastards won. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much all today. Thank you very much for watching. Get yourself a roller because they're pretty sweet and sexy. Hey, if you're in touch with your feminine side, a roller is for you, my
He's on two balances. He either likes the big machine gun or his feminine
I
side.
like them all. I like them all. If it vapes at the end of the day, hey, you know that's what we're here for. So yeah. Good luck to the winner for the on meter. I hope you get yourself one of these bad boys. I recommend them for everybody. And we will see you next time on the next review. Okay? Stay safe.